I'm lying down with my wife, and we're talking about the importance of being yourself in this world. And I'll tell you a story. When I was a young kid and I was playing the piano, I was always very diversified in music. Like, I loved every style of music: classical music, jazz music, rock and roll music, blues. Like, I liked everything. And the thing is, as a composer, I wanted to write all styles of music and I wanted to perform all styles of music. But I started to realize that there were just certain audiences where if you played certain styles of music, they would either love it or effing hate it. So I was in this one particular concert, and let's just say it was an all African American audience. Now I was playing the piano for this beautiful, beautiful singer. I mean, beautiful inside and out. She was singing like Whitney Houston, and we did this song, "I Will Always Love You." Now they loved it. They were giving us standing ovations. I was doing some blues solos. Oh my God, they thought I was a genius. We got standing ovations. So after that, I did a solo myself. But don't ask me why. I did an original song that was a very similar to like a Bon Jovi, like very heavy rock. And they didn't like it. You know what I mean? They all looked at me in complete shock. They're like, this song, because it just wasn't their style of music. And it really tortured me. It tortured me as a young man because I wanted to make everybody happy, but it was physically impossible to do that. So I remember this one time. I have this buddy Joey in Brooklyn, and he has what I like to say my attitude of life, but he had it back when we were young, when we were kids. I now have it. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me. It took me years to get to that level, to not care what people. I actually cared. I cared. I wanted to make everybody happy. He books this gig at this place called Lauderbach's. Now, this is in Brooklyn. At the time, this was like a heavy metal club. There was like it was like the show The Sons of Anarchy. We're doing like a jazz gig now. Understand? We walk into this place. They're playing. I don't know if you ever heard of a band called Slayer. In Nuclear Assault. They were playing Megadeth. They were playing like heavy metal music. Kill your mother, kill your father, crazy, like crazy stuff, right? So Anthrax, crazy. I said to Joe, we're gonna get killed, bro. Now I'm not trying to get into anything, because I know everyone, but let's just say we had a band that had two African American, great musicians, great people. One was playing the trumpet, one was playing the saxophone, but just not the greatest environment, like for people, like blasting music, like "Kill Your Mother," like it was a very, very bad environment for all of us. But specifically, I mean, I just didn't know how it was going to go over. I looked at my friend. I'm like, Joe, these people are gonna like lynch us, man, and they're gonna freak out. So we started the show. Joey didn't care, my friend. He's like, look, we're here to play music. That's it. I don't care what no one thinks. Let's swing. Let's go. We did a song called Lullaby of Birdland. I never forget it. Great song. And at the end of the song, we all soloed. It was swinging. It sounded great. They loved it. They actually clapped. I saw this guy. I think he had a beer bottle cracked over his head. Like, it was like blood was like dripping down his head. They must have had like a bar fight. And he was clapping for us. And I remember thinking at that moment, who would have ever thought that this was possible? Like, who would have ever thought that we could do this? And as I started, growing up, slowly but surely, I just got to the point where I realized, you know what? It's better to just be yourself, not care what anybody thinks. Now, with that, there were people who hate me, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's people who love me and support me, and that's great. But you can't, the idea is to not change who you are for nobody. Always stick to what you want to do, always stick to being yourself. And with that, you're going to get people who love you, you're going to get people who hate you. So be it. Never change who you are. That's the message of this video.